What's up, baseball world? Welcome along to another edition of Jay's Talk with Jay. That's right, I'm your host Jay, and we are talking Blue Jays baseball. Where are we? So, we are about to go on another road trip. We have Kansas City coming up. It's four games against Kansas City, starting tonight. On the back of another series win against the Yankees. Now, the Yankees supposedly are favourites to win the World Series, but we've played them twice. I don't mean 2 games. I mean we've played them in 2 series. And at the moment, the record stands at 4-2. So where are the Jays at the moment then? Are they favourites to win the World Series? I guess time will tell, but I have to say we are looking pretty good at the moment. Been busy over the last few days. Obviously, you must have all listened and watched the podcast I did with Sheldon the other day. He was great. Sheldon, massive thank you for coming on. Really enjoyed it. And I ended up doing a podcast earlier today with the Jays and the Six guys. Massive shout out to Zach, Adam and Josh. Really cool guys, really knowledgeable. Had some good fun. I'm not too sure when their podcast is going to be live, but as soon as it is, I will let you know. And if you get a chance, go and follow them as well. Some real cool content they're coming up with. And hopefully we'll collab again at some point. Okay, so let's talk Jays. Massive series win against the Yankees. When we last spoke was Sunday. That's right. The Angels game was called off. And we had just smashed the Angels 15-1, if I remember off the top of my head. So, series win against the Yankees. We lost the first game, and then we took 2 back-to-back. I have to say, against the Yankees, we look strong. I don't think this I don't think this Yankees team is very good. I'm not overly impressed with them. I don't think that they will be the best team that we come up against this year. But if they get their pitching right, that could change. But overall, haven't been overly impressed with them. The Jays, however, Vladimir Guerrero Jr. I am starting to think MVP. Bo Bichette. I'm starting to think MVP. These 2 guys are absolutely on fire at the moment. I don't know if you guys have been watching. I don't know if you've been following. But you need to start watching the Blue Jay games. And you need to start watching these 2 kids. Like, they are playing unbelievably at the moment. Like I used to get excited about Joey Bats, like when Bautista used to play, and when he was flying and hitting home runs here, there, and everywhere. I used to get really excited. These guys have got me out of my seat, and trust me, I'm an old man. I don't like to get up often, and I don't like to get out of my seat because, let's face it, sitting down is the most comfortable thing you can do. These guys are just. Bo looks like he can hit literally anything at the moment, and he hit 2 home runs yesterday. One of them, which was a walk-off win. And you know what? It was weird. I kind of knew that he was going to hit it out of the park. Something just said to me, he's going to hit a home run, and that's it. Game over. And he did it. Vladdy is hitting, he's nearly hitting 400 now. I was joking about Vladdy hitting 500 the other day, but he's hitting 390 at the moment. He's taking the odd walk, and I don't know if his average will stay as high as it is, because I think what's going to happen is eventually, I just don't think pitchers are going to want to pitch to him. He's hitting it all over the park, and the power is obviously there. We know that he can hit it hard and he can hit it far, but he at the moment is on fire. And those 2 guys, I just wish, I don't want to talk too much about George Springer today because I'm starting to get a little bit nervous. The guy hasn't played yet. He's not going to be playing in this road trip, so we don't see him for another 10 days or so at least. So I'm hoping he can come back. But if George Springer was leading off and then we had Bo, Vladdy, Teoscar, Randall Grichuk's still hitting well. There's so much power there, and these guys are hitting it. They're not just hitting it in the same place, and it's not just home runs. It's like doubles, singles. They're making contact, good contact, and even in the field. Like we were talking on Jays in the Six earlier today, we were talking about some defensive plays from like Kavin and Bo, but I think it's got better. Like Vladdy looks Gold Glove material at first base at the moment. I don't think anyone can deny that. He's been sold short a few times by Simeon and Bo in the infield with throws to him, and he has made unbelievable plays. He's looking like the player we thought he probably would be. So I'm really excited. Road trip starts today. First game of 4. Kansas City have started off pretty well. They're 6-4 at the moment. I don't even know who our starting pitcher is. Obviously, everyone knows about the injuries we have at the moment. Just touching on injuries in regards to pitchers, the Julian Merriweather one concerns me. Pitcher with an oblique has got to be 100 times worse than a hitter with an oblique. So we'll have to see what happens there, but I don't think that that's very good, and I think we could end up losing Merriweather for a while. But yeah, I have no idea who's going to pitch. I'm hoping it's a bullpen game. I'm hoping it's not Tanner Rourke. Like, I honestly don't know how many more times I can say it, but if Tanner Rourke starts, I think that we end up losing the game before it's even started. I don't think he breeds confidence. I'd rather throw my hat in the ring and say, look, I'll do it. I'll pitch. I'll give you 2 innings. 2 innings. Can't be any worse than him. But I'm hoping it's not him. And then we'll see how the rest of this plays out. But if we get any more injuries, I'm going to be calling up a few friends of mine in Toronto, or in Canada at least, and saying, guys, you need to pack your bags and go play some ball, because it's starting to get a little bit silly now, and people start questioning the trainers and stuff. I don't know if that's worth it. Quick talk about my friends over at the Fan 590 and their dodgy podcast that they do after the game. If you continue, Goldberg and Barker, if you continue to start off your programs or your episodes or whatever the hell it is you call them, if you continue to start them with negativity, you're going to end up losing listeners, because we beat the Yankees. We ended up winning yesterday. It was a walk-off home run win, a series that was won, and you started off negative about our pitcher and how you weren't happy with how he was pitching. We won the game, you idiots. Like, you need to sort it out. Like, I used to be a big fan of the Fan, and I'm starting to get to the point now where I'm going to probably stop listening. I cannot listen to it being constantly, you started off with a negative, even though it was a win. Get it together, because I don't want to be that guy that's constantly bashing you lot, because over the years you've been the only way I've been able to find out what's been going on in the Blue Jays world. But very, very disappointing, and like, just stop it. Barker, retire, go do something else. I don't care what. I'm not really keen on you, but whatever. So yeah, pitchers not looking good. We'll have to wait and see what happens, but I think it's going to be an interesting series against Kansas City. Like I said, it's 4 games. I reckon we'll split them. I am not convinced that we're going to be okay today, depending on starts. I'm hoping it's Anthony Kay, but I guess we'll find out in a little while. I'm gonna keep this one short today, because there's been a lot of content, and you should see that content over the next few days. But we'll definitely be back on Sunday, and I've got some huge guests coming up over the next few days / weeks. So as always, make sure you like, follow, subscribe over on YouTube. all your podcasts, everywhere that you consume your podcasts, whether it be Spotify, Apple Music, Google Podcasts. Numbers have been really good over the last few days, especially after the episode with Sheldon. So big shout to everyone that's been listening. And don't forget, like, subscribe, follow on the socials. If you do want to get involved, if you want to collab on podcasts, videos, if you want me to dance around on your TikToks, I'm joking, I'm not doing that. I'm 44 years old, behave. But yeah, anything you want to do, hit me up. If you want help, advice on how to do this really badly, hit me up. I'm your man. And I'll catch you hopefully on Sunday for another edition of Jay's Talk with Jay.